last week beat a top 25 team for the first time in 6 years. Can they make it back-to-back? Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz. Glad to be with you on the Toyota College Football Preview Show here on CBSSports.com. We're breaking down number 5 Wisconsin's trip to Champaign to take on the Fighting Illini. And along with that trip comes the longest winning streak in the Football Bowl subdivision, 14 games. And for more on the Big Ten battle, we bring in Spencer Tillman from Houston, as we do every week. And, Spence, we'll get into Illinois in a sec, but with Wisconsin, last week in the 3-point win against Michigan State, the Badgers gave up 564 yards, most that the school has allowed since giving up 570, ironically, in a loss to Illinois 6 years ago. What patches in this game does Wisconsin's defense have to make?
Well, Wisconsin defense is their offense. I mean, if you can keep your offense on the field and play the type of ball that Brett Bielema wants to play, and it's traditionally what Wisconsin is all about, and that's running with P.J. Hill, that's really going to solve a little bit of it. In terms of ultimate outcome, they're going to have to wait till next year to get better personnel to stop the run. But your offense is what's going to help your defense in this case. It's about ball control. And, again, that's consistent with what their idea is.
Well, let's talk about both these teams' offenses because they both like to run the football, and they're both very good at it. And you talked about Wisconsin and P.J. Hill. But when you watch this game, it's going to look a lot different, the way that both these teams run the football.
Yeah, well, one of them obviously is going to line up in a traditional Big Ten type formation, I formation, power strong, and come right downhill at you. And that would, of course, be Wisconsin. And then Illinois is going to spread them out. They're still going to run the football, kind of like Florida does, but they're going to do it with two more athletic quarterbacks. And so what you're going to see is both teams run the football, but they're going to do it in different formations with different personnel. The end game is still the same, to spread teams out and force them to play fundamental tackling. And both sides have got to do that if they're going to have success.
Well, with Illinois, the two quarterbacks, Juice Williams, Eddie McGee. McGee finished last week's game in that victory against Penn State. We'll see how Ron Zook handles that situation this week. But they do have, whoever's playing quarterback is one of the best weapons in the Big Ten. And I know it's a guy you love. That's Aurelius Ben. He had 2 touchdowns last week. Is it possible that at this point in his career, just a true freshman, he can already be the type of difference maker that, per se, a Deshaun Jackson is from Cal?
Yeah, well, he can be a difference maker. I mean, I think one is obviously a smaller guy and faster in Deshaun Jackson, but Aurelius Ben is stronger. He's got the classic wide receiver body, but the guy's got tremendous instinct on that 90-yard return that he had last week for a touchdown. The instinct to have his head forward and then stick that left arm out to keep the defender off of him. He never looked at the defender, intuitively knowing where defenders are around you. I mean, that's something you really can't teach, Jason, and that's what I see that separates him. Yeah, I like your comparison in terms of the ultimate. They both can impact games, but I think he may be a little bit better.
Well, that is a big statement, considering Deshaun Jackson is being included in the Heisman talk already here in the early part of the season. All right, we all know Ron Zook can recruit. He's got good players. That's been the pro for Zook, but the con has been he hasn't been able to coach them when he's been there. This year they're doing that. They have 4 wins. Do they make it 5?
I think that it's going to be difficult for them to make it 5. I think when you got a running attack and Brett Bielema and P.J. Hill, what they like to do together as coach and player on the field is control the tempo of the game. I don't think Ron Zook's offense is going to be able to open it up as much as they would like to create the rhythm and flow that they need to get the upset win. So I'm going to go with Wisconsin to continue to keep the streak alive.
All right, I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to take Illinois in this one. Spence, we'll see you on Saturday on the College Football Today, and we'll talk to you then.
All right, Jason, we'll see you.
Folks, the Illini are riding a 4-game winning streak, longest one they've had since winning the Big Ten in 2001 and going to the Sugar Bowl. But as Spencer said, he's keeping the Wisconsin streak alive because they have lost 4 straight to the Badgers. The 2 kick it off at 12 p.m. Eastern. And for more on this game or any other Week 6 of the college football season, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com and watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Spencer Tillman, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.